The whole of Tanzania, like much of Africa, is very, very severely affected by HIV and AIDS. There are estimates which show that almost 1/3 of the adult population is HIV positive, and that has huge implications for the country. And already there are about 800,000 children who are orphaned or affected in some way by the virus.
The biggest issue that is facing the future of this community is the HIV/AIDS pandemic. It has really started to shock us because we are now experiencing a number of orphans caused by HIV/AIDS. You can just have a simple example of a school of which we visited yesterday, that is Msera Primary School. Out of 300 children, 57 of them are orphans. Then I think this you can see how really the problem is big. More than 20% of the children are orphans.
When children lose their parents to HIV/AIDS, often it's the extended family which will take on those children and look after them. And very often that's the grandparents. And we visited one grandmother, a very, very elderly lady, who's looking after her two grandchildren, two boys, who lost both their parents to the virus. And it's incredible to see. She's so old, and she has raised her family, and they've gone on, and now she's trying to look after two small children. There is still a stigma attached to HIV/AIDS. So it takes a lot of courage for someone to decide that they're going to go and get tested, because there are huge implications. Obviously, you don't want to find out that you have got this disease. The most important thing that we can do to fight HIV/AIDS is to work at prevention. Obviously, we have to look at people who are affected by the virus and help them, but it is important as well to try and prevent the spread. And the main way we can do that is by raising awareness, making sure that everybody knows about this danger. The main way of doing that is through using resources within the community, such as teachers, and through the cultural groups, which are made up of a broad spectrum of community members, or youth groups. So a youth group might be trained in all aspects of HIV/AIDS, how it's spread, what the dangers are, methods of prevention. And then what they do is they organise themselves to pass on this message to other youths of their own age. Peer educators try and get across the message to husbands who might travel outside the area of, if they put themselves in a risky situation, how their own family will be at risk. So to try and see some behavioural change at that level. But then another prong of prevention is obviously the use of condoms. So that is a message that the peer educators do get across. The level of knowledge about HIV/AIDS has definitely hugely increased.